So today we're going to be doing the look that LaToya Luckett wore in the Disney Child video with me, part 1. It's a deep smoky eye. I'm hoping this look is fairly easy to do because it looks like it, but you know, you never know these days. I'm gonna block my brows. Hopefully I'll be able to draw brows properly this time. And yeah, so I'll block and draw on my brows and I'll be back. Alright, so I'm back. As you can see, I have no brows. So I blocked them off. If you haven't responded to the last video I posted, if you want a tutorial about how I block my brows out, leave a comment down below and I'll definitely do it. It's not that hard. So the look today is a deep gray smoky eye with a very dark brown lip. Could be black depending upon the resolution of the video. Some of them look brown, some of them look burgundy, some of them look black, so I'm going with brown today. The first things first is that I wanted to block my brows because LaToya's eyebrows are thin. So I'm gonna actually draw those on first just so I can get them out the way. So I'm just gonna draw them just a little bit thicker. So I'm gonna go just underneath. So I'm just going to go over it with a dark brown shade just to kind of set them. So these are your brows now. This is now the life you live. It's this life. Okay? These 90s pencil thin, almost 20s like brows. Okay, so now we're going to do the eyes. First I'm going to prime my eyes with the Urban Decay the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion in, which one is this one? Caffeine. And then I'm going to put a base down on my eyes using the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in Pots and Pans, which is just a silver. If you were on YouTube within the past 10 years or so, you would have seen how to make a smoky eye because that's all we used to do. So I'm taking a fluffy brush and I'm going into this palette. This is the Morphe 35D and I'm using this color here. A fluffy brush, and I'm packing that on the lid slightly above my, from the lash line to slightly above the crease. And you're filling this in about 2/3 of the way across your lid. Now we're going to take another fluffy brush and going in with this deep gray here, we're going to fill out the rest of the eye. So right now we look like an unblended mess. So we're going to now take a fluffy blending brush. I'm going to go with this one. This one is from NYX. I'm going to blend out these edges first. Now that those are blended out a bit, I'm going to go back in with the original fluffy brush. And I'm going to layer back on the first silver, or the first gray. Now I'm not bringing it up into my crease, I'm just leaving it on the lid. I'm going to go back in again with other fluffy blending brush, the same dark gray, and I'm going to try and, you know, give a better transition between the two. Better transition between the two. So when you get up to the crease, you're just going to want to drag the color over. You want to encompass and enclose that lighter gray. Once again, blend, blend, blend. And if you're not seeing a transition that you like in your eye, just go over it with this fluffy blending brush and just blend in between the two colors. So now you're probably looking at yourself like, I look like a bad drag queen. And if you want to put down powder on your face while you're doing this, that is perfectly fine. A lot of times grays can give fallout. Now I'm going to take a smudging brush and I'm going to go back in with the dark gray and I'm going to smudge it along the bottom lash line. You want it to make sure that it connects, so you want to bring it out from where we just did the deep corner, and you want to bring it all the way to the inner corner. I'm going to take a little bit denser blending brush and I'm going to go in with this black and I'm just going to go and deepen my crease. I feel like it could be a little bit blacker, so I'm just going to go in with another black that I have that's a deeper black, I feel. Just to smoke it out just a little bit more, just so that we can get that intense crease and then the blend up. Yeah, I'm just gonna go over my lash line with a little bit of black, the bottom lash line, toward the outer end. I'm just gonna go and take black over top of that. So again, it needs to match where it's coming from. Now, LaToya's brow bone is super bright, so I'm gonna just take a fluffy brush, and this is the Blue Had Me at Hello palette. And I'm going to go in with this color here. This is the brow bone color. Normally I wouldn't use this on my brow bone because, you know, I'm black. But this look calls for it. So it doesn't go all the way to the end. It goes about from like here onward. So we're just going to pack that on. So I'm just going to dust off the blending brush we've been using for a while, and then we're going to blend these colors together. Alright, so I'm just going to put some lashes on and then I will be back. I put the lashes on. These are the 805s from Shop Miss A, the usual ones I wear. And while I was doing this, I did notice that the bottom lash line is actually the inner rim of the eye is white. So I'm trying to say. So I'm going over it with Milk from it's not Shop Miss A, oh my gosh, from NYX, and it's just the inner lash line. Alright, now to merge my lashes, I'm just going to use Dior Show. Same mascara I wear every time. There's no real definition or specified definition on LaToya's bottom lashes, so I'm just going to do a wee bit of a coating. So I'm just going to kind of add some more brow back, and then I'll be back to do the face. I've just added some brow and then I cleaned off as much as I could all of the fallout that I got before I put some powder down. I'm just putting some primer on my face. This is the Wonder Skin Perfecting Blur Primer, and this is from Shop Miss A. First thing I'm going to do is spot treat, and I'm going to be using the LA Girl Pro Conceal in the color Fawn. So now I'm going to go over this with my foundation. I'm using the Black Opal True Color in Truly Topaz. And I'm just going to take this foundation blurring stick, I think that's what it's called. Foundation blurring brush, spritz it with some water, and then blend it out. So now when you're getting around your brows, you can start to blend out the edges with your foundation, just so that it's not as, you know, random. So next I'm gonna go in with the Black Opal True Color in Heavenly Honey. It looks like this. And I use this for my highlight. So underneath my eyes, being very careful, you put it above the brow, definitely on her nostrils, down the bridge of her nose. Hers is a little bit wider than normal. Then I'm gonna take this stippling brush and again spritzing it with some water because this is a foundation and just blending that out. Now for the contour, I am gonna use, this is LA Girl Pro Conceal in the color Espresso. Is this the one? No, I lied. I'm using it in the color Mahogany. For this, you're gonna need a beauty sponge and just moisten it a bit. Latoya has warm contours, so I'm gonna be adding the warmth back in with powders, but I would like to set my foundation first and my creams first. Her nose contour is very, very prominent. So it comes down and then into a point. I remember her nose highlight was wider than we normally would do it. Down and then into a point. And then the tops of her nostrils. We're gonna take our moist blending brush, or just blending sponge. We're just gonna blend that out. The reason I like using this is because this one is almost like a neutral color, so you're gonna get more of that look of an actual shadow than of how I normally would, and it's kind of it's darker than my skin tone, so it automatically does create a shadow, but it's not a real true contour, I guess. I'm going to go back over with my foundation brush. I'm just going to add some highlight back in to certain places that may have gotten muddied. We're going to go in with our powders to set all of this. So for my highlight, I can't tell necessarily if it's the video itself or if it's just this, but her highlight looks kind of light. So I'm not gonna go in with just banana. I'm gonna mix these two. That was stupid of me. So this is Ben Nye Luxury Powder in Banana and in Camel. For the nose highlight, I'm just using Banana. The reason I'm doing that is because my nose is the highest point of my face, so that is to be highlighted. I'm gonna go in for my contours with the Sephora Spice Market palette, and I'm gonna be using this color here. So I'm just gonna go in with the pencil that I used to do my brows because I can't seem to find my contour brush. So now while that's setting, I'm going to be doing the lip. So while this is baking, I'm going to use the Knobby lip liner pencil in the color Black Brown. And I'm going to line my lips and fill them in just a bit. It seems that the outer part of Latoya's lips are darker, and then as it goes in, it turns into a brown. fill it in with this color from Nakara, and it's called Jerba, and it is a deep chocolate brown. It looks like her cheeks are rather warm, so I'm gonna go in with the orange from the Spice Market palette. And her face is actually kind of shiny in the video, so I'm gonna add some highlight. So I'm gonna add it down here through the nose. And I'm using, once again, the Spice Market palette, using the light color. So now I'm gonna change my clothes and then I'll be back. And here's the finished look. You know, I had a kind of a crimpy, well, it's supposed to be like natural hair texture. This is my favorite wig I've ever made, by the way. But yeah, she has like crimpy hair, but it's the same kind of color with the same highlights. So I said, you know, let me just throw this on. I just wanted to say thank you so much. Hi to all my new subscribers. Hello, my little nieces. And yeah, that's about it. I'm giving you drama brow like no other. And yeah, so I love you. See you next week. Bye. Mwah. Love you.